everyone, and welcome to my sewing room. Today we are going to do some things with PE design software, so don't go away. Okay, so as I just said, we're going to go back into PE design software. I thought it might be fun to go to talk a little bit more about grouping and ungrouping, stitch to block, and convert to outline. I know I've talked a little bit about it in the past, but I think it deserves to be revisited so you can understand a little bit about doing that in your software. You can see that I am wearing my frumpy sweater and a t-shirt and obviously no makeup on. I'm very casual today. We are expecting some snow here in Colorado and everybody's kind of bracing down for it. I know I promised that I was going to do a video on the Luminaire, not the Luminaire, the new Avenir. It's in the store. I want to be able to do something with it. It just hasn't worked out very well for me, but I plan on doing it in the near future. But I thought it would be fun to do PE design today. You will have noticed that I changed my sewing room around a little bit. My embroidery machine is over here. I have my cutting table behind me, so everything is all together. If you look up on the wall, I have this brand new little sewing machine that says Rosemary Sewing Room. Isn't that adorable? My friend Sam gave that to me for Christmas, and I couldn't wait to get it up on the wall in my sewing room. So this is kind of like my bedroom slash sewing room. It's getting to be one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. So let's go to the computer and let's do a little bit with the PE design software. Okay, I'm in PE Design 11, and what I wanted to show you today was I wanted to show you a little bit, and I may have done this in some of my videos before, but this will be kind of like a refresher so you can understand a little bit about what it means to stitch to block or stitch to a shape or cut something up or ungroup something. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you that if I created something in the software, ungrouping and grouping is very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit this and I'm going to scroll through my designs that I have in here. In fact, let's cancel that. Another way you can, this is nice if you know exactly what you're looking for, but what's even better is all the way up here in the corner, see over here in the far right corner, there's the thing that says option, and then there's a thing that says design database. So we're going to hit design database and it's going to open another window. This looks like your Explorer window, except for you can see your embroidery designs, which is really nice if you're trying to figure out where you've put something and how to bring them in into your sewing machine. If you have the Stellaire, the Dream Machine, well, not the Dream Machine, the Stellaire or the Luminaire or the Avenir, or any of them that have the wireless in them, you can actually tell it that you want to send this to your sewing machine. So if you click on it, you can. Okay, sorry, I had to go back out again for a minute because I kind of pulled up a blank. I couldn't remember what the heck I was doing. So anyway, if you click up here where it says help, I'm sorry, let's see, it's under options. You can say network machine settings, and I can click on that. And this is going to hit, if I hit add, it will look for my sewing machine that should be on the same internet that my computer is on. And this says Stella, that's my sewing machine. So I could click on this and tell it to send a design to my sewing machine. So I can do that, but it's already hooked up to that. So I'm going to hit cancel. Then down here on the bottom, I'm going to move the mouse over here. See this part right here? There's an arrow. I'm going to hit that. And it opens up this part right here. So now if I want to send a design to my sewing machine, I can hit the design, hit the arrow. It'll appear here. It says it's going to go to Stella. and then I'm going to hit this and it's going to go to Stella. That's as easy it is to transfer a design through the design database. I think it's wonderful. When I first saw it, I thought, why would I want to do wireless when I can do USB? But now I love it because I can see all these designs and I don't have to say, which USB did I put that on? I can't find it. It could be on just any of 10 that I have in a box somewhere. So this is really nice. So here's the, believe it or not, these are all my embroidery designs. I've got way more than over the last 30 years or so of selling sewing machines than you would possibly even believe that I have. So I wanted to look in the one that says, I call custom, which usually means things that I've made myself. So let me just see. Um, no, this is my doll class one. These are all doll faces that I have created myself through drawing literally in the software. This is Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. I think there's, oh yeah, here's Mirabelle right there. So, I mean, I have a lot of fun making doll faces. This is Sally. So let's just bring a fun one in. Here is Beetlejuice. So I'm going to click on him. If I click on him and right click, I can do preview and I can see what it looks like. And if I double click on him, it'll go into my software. So now it's opening PE Design 11 and it should appear on the screen. So now it's edible. So since I created this, I can draw a line all the way around it like this, and I can right click and group it. It gets the um, blue dotted line around it, which means it's grouped. I can move it anywhere I want to. But if I wanted to go in and change it, all I do is right click and ungroup, and then I can choose a part of it and move it if I want to, undo. Or I could, I mean, if I really wanted to get crazy, I could, I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to zoom in really close. And I'm going to change my select tool. Let's fill this thing up. I'm going to change the select tool to the edit tool. And then when I click on this, I get all these little edit boxes, and then I can move these to wherever I want to move them to because it's my own design. So it doesn't take anything for me to do what I want to do with it and adjust it and make it the way I want to. And that's another reason for you to go ahead and save your designs so that you can go back in and change them if you sew it out and it doesn't look good. It's really hard to bring it back in from the sewing machine because if you bring it back in from the sewing machine, it's not going to be the same format. So anyway, so I'm going to hit this and do zoom all. So that's my design. And I am going to select this and hit delete. So I'm hitting the delete on my keyboard, just so you know. So now what I want to do is I want to go in here and select this right here. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to find something else. So I have some other designs in here. And I'm looking for one that, let's see, that's called Looney Tunes. And I have literally had these designs for 15 years at least, if not longer than that. So I've had them for a long, long time. I don't even know if you can find the Looney Tunes anymore to purchase, unfortunately. But so I'm going to use this little one of the kitten and say import. And it's right here. Woo! And that's bigger than I thought it was. Let's go up here. Let's change the design settings to a 8x8 frame. There you go. I didn't realize that design was that big. Okay, so this is this cute little kitten, and I want to embroider this out, but I don't want to do the paws off. And I could put it in my sewing machine and just skip that part or push the do not sew part, but I want to get rid of it now. So what I'm going to do is I cannot select it and then right click and hit ungroup because it's not my design. And you'll notice that I don't have the blue dashed lines around it because this is the design I got from somewhere else. So you can't ungroup this. But what I can do is the worst paws off are not touching anywhere. So I am going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to come in really close. And then I'm going to, while this is selected, I have the stitches menu. So I'm going to hit that and I'm going to get the split stitches tool that's right here. And then I get a pair of scissors, and I know my recording software doesn't show the mouse changed, but I guarantee you, you get that split stitches, it's going to look like a pair of scissors on the mouse. I got to get some new recording software. I've said that before, haven't I? Anyway, I'm going to left click right here in the corner. I'm going to left click. I'm going to come down underneath its paws and up over the W. Left click, left click, left click, and I'm going to go all the way down until I've surrounded it, almost like lassoing it, and then I'm going to double click. And now this part here is cut away. It is literally cut it. So now I can push a little. Okay, I used the word literally. I shouldn't have. You know what I mean. I've cut it off. So I'm going to hit the delete on my keyboard so that goes away. And you'll notice there's a little pink line right here that I missed when I cut it. And if I come down here, it's still here. So the machine's going to tell me to change to pink. So what do I want to do? I'm going to hit this. I'm going to come in so I'm really close. I could cut that away too, but I also can come up here and choose this part here, which is the edit tool, and click on the pink, and it puts some little stitches in here. If I click on one, it turns black, and then I can hit the delete, 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 delete. I can also click and drag a box around it and hit delete, and they're all gone. So now those are gone. I don't have to worry about them. Over here in this part, I don't have anything pink. So that worked out pretty good. So let's hit this. And now I have my kitten, and I can go ahead and I can sew him out any way that I want to. So I'm going to select him. Let's get up here and get this. I'm going to select him and hit delete. Now I'm going to do another one here. So let's go up here and get bugs and hit import. So this is another one here. Let's zoom in close to him. I want to do the Bugs Bunny, but I don't want to do the word bugs. And I have to show you this before I do this because I thought that I accidentally messed this up. I don't know whether the design was like this to start with, but if you get close here, his hand goes over that carrot. And I tried to figure out a way to fix it and I couldn't. So I don't know whether it was that way when it was created or what, but just so you know ahead of time that design's a little wonky. Anyway. So I want to take the bugs out of it. And there's a couple of ways that I can do that. While he's selected, I can hit stitches. This is the way we used to always do this. We would convert it to block. And if you convert to block, well, before we do convert to block, you can divide by color. So you could hit divide by color. And then when you zoom in, you could select just the blue, get it out of the way, and it'll disappear. That's probably in this design the best way to do this, unless there was blue somewhere else in it. And then it's not going to work because it's going to take that, like let's say his eyes were blue, it would take that away too. So just in case you can't do the convert to block, do the convert divide by color, I'm going to show you what else you can do. So once you have the design and you go to stitches, and you say convert to block, that's the way we used to do it. And then it would say on the sensitivity, what do you want to do? Do you want to make it coarse or do you want to make it fine? I usually left it right where it was and said okay. And now it just changed the whole thing so that this is all reads like shapes. So again, you got your blue dashed lines, and then you can select, well, let's first right click and ungroup. It's ungrouped. And you can select it and you can move parts of it, but Sometimes those the fills get messed up when you do this. I'm going to hit undo. And it's almost impossible to get it back again the way you want it to get it. And I noticed right here that it kind of got messed up right there. I'm going to zoom in. See the way it kind of got messed up right there? But the good news is I can kind of fix that. All I have to do is come up here and get the edit tool, click on it, and then move the edits over to fill in that blank spot. And then this is my, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, there, now it's working. I'm going to change the direction of the stitches. And I could grab this and pull it out if I wanted to, if I really wanted to change it more than then you'd have to change the outline too and choose the outline and change that too. So you can change it to anything you want to when you've converted it to block. But like I said, sometimes I feel like it messes with the stitches a little bit and I don't like the result when it's done like that. So I'm going to hit undo, undo, undo. And then zoom all. So I'm going to click the magnifying glass. I'm going to come up close to this one here. I don't know what happened right here. It kind of messed with this part right here. I have no idea what that is hanging down there in his face. So that's another thing that I notice happens sometimes when you stitch to block. But the good news is that if I was doing it and it translated good, I could select the part I don't want and I can delete it and it'll go away. I can ungroup anything I want to ungroup, and that works pretty good. So one more I want to show you. This is the one that I was most excited about when they first changed it, and I think they changed it in version 10. I want to just select him and delete him. So I'm going to bring him back in here again. I'm going to select bugs and import him like this. So when he's in here and I go into the stitches menu, there's this new one that says convert to outline. And this is literally going to convert these two outlines, just as if I had drawn it myself in the software. So that works pretty good. Now be careful. If you hit convert to outline and you go whole, the whole thing's going to turn one color. That's not what we wanted to do. Undo. I'm going to do stitches, convert to outline, convert parts to outlines. So if the word outline confuses you, basically what this is doing is it is changing each one of the parts of the drawing into shapes that you can adjust any way you want to. So I'm going to right click and ungroup it. Now it's ungrouped, so I can select the bugs, and the bugs is in two parts too. So if I wanted to, according to the way it was drawn, is the way it's made it into shapes. If I wanted to, I could take only part of this away and delete it. And because it's been done into outlines, it leaves sometimes these little things here, which is just the outline of the whole. And I want to delete that too. And I'm going to select this and delete it. So they all go away because they're all just shapes. And the part under his hand actually goes away too, which is nice. You don't have anything left. Let's do that. Okay, I think I got rid of the whole word really easily. So if I zoom in on this, every single part of this is a shape. If I hit the selector button, I can select this part. See, the ear is a shape in itself. And then the part that's underneath it is still there. And then let's just do undo, put it back where it was. I can come up close and I can, yeah, I'm really confused here. I don't know what the software did when it changed it to shapes. It made this weird line that's coming down the middle of his face that I don't understand. So since it's shapes, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we hit this and I select this and I hit delete. The software's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. That's so weird. There it goes. I'm selecting it and I'm pushing the delete button on my keyboard. I can also select it, right click, and delete that way. See, it just did a weird thing with that shape and it made it go away. And I don't know, it made it make that weird line so that we didn't want. So I just took it away. So that was easy. All those, every single part of this can be adjusted just as if I had drawn it myself and make it however way I want to make it. I could bring in the outline, make it bigger, make it thinner, whatever I want to do with it. Um, I'm going to hit this and come back out again and hit the plus sign and come in. I'm just wondering. So this weird thing with his hand, I can't figure out why it shows the arm going in front of the carrot. And I started thinking about it. Here's the carrot right here, right? So if we select it, hold the shift key down, select this one, then come up here and say, sew this last. It'll put the carrot on top of his arm, but now his finger, the outline of his fingers isn't there anymore. So let's select the carrot and let's hit this and then let's see if we can move it. Aha! So that would work. So actually what I've done is I've improved this design from however it was when I had it, because now I've got his fingers where I want them to be. It would take a little bit of work of moving these little squares around till it looked the way I wanted it to, but I think I would have improved it so it was a little better. So remember that the end of the shapes, if you do, let's go home and zoom all. Well, it doesn't give me the option anymore because now it actually is an outline. So now it says convert to stitches, which I don't want to do. I don't want to make it be. Let me just do it so you can see what would happen if I convert it to stitches. So let's go home. Let's come here. Let's get really close. And then I'm going to go under shapes and I'm going to select just this. And then I hit convert to stitches. Now it's not blocked shapes anymore. It is literally stitch by stitch. So when I go here and I hit the edit tool and touch it, look what happened. They're all little teeny tiny stitches, like when I was trying to get that piece of pink out. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's going to be a time when you want to do that, but why would I want to do that right now? That's crazy. I'd be taking forever just trying to move all of those. So that's what happens when you convert to stitches. Um, let's just go here. I'm going to select this whole thing and delete it. And then I'm going to bring him back in again, import. So what I wanted to basically to say is when you select something that came from somewhere else and you hit the stitches and it says convert to outline, that's what's cool about something is you literally have taken it from being somebody else's design to basically be a bunch of shapes together in the same way that sorry. I'm going to go back to my doll class again. Um, my Beetlejuice right here. I drew him with shapes that I overlapped one shape over another shape. I'm going to do home. I'm going to get really close to him. And when I create something like that from in digitizing, I draw the purple shape first, and then I draw the eye shape, and I put it inside of that, and then I draw this eye shape, and I put it inside of that, and I put them all together, and I end up with an embroidery design. And I think I've shown you that in a few videos every once in a while that I do that, but that's basically what I've done to Bugs here is I have um, selected him and then convert to outline, convert parts to outline, and now every single part of this is a shape. If it's got a particular fill in it, sometimes it'll just turn it to a regular fill, which is unfortunate if somebody has created it with a whole lot of fun shapes and stuff like fun fills because it'll mess with it. But look, here's the U that I deleted earlier. If I go into the shapes menu, I can do a programmable fill in that. That's a weird programmable fill. That's a satin stitch. Let's go to sewing attributes. Let's go down here to programmable fills and let's put bricks in there. Okay. There. Now it's got bricks. Home, zoom, let's get really close. See, it made it into bricks. So once it's made into shapes, I can make it into any kind of a fill I want to do because it's basically just if I drew a shape and changed it to the way I wanted it to. So if when you convert uh, outline, if it messes with your fill, then you need to make some adjustments and get it the way you want to, or try a different way. Separate by color or something instead. Home. Zoom back out again. Okay. Whoops. Anyway, um, I know that was a lot of crazy information, and I obviously don't have all the technical know-how to explain the way it works, but that is the way I do my software, and I just wanted you to know exactly how you can go about changing some things and making it the way you want it to. So give it a try, play around with it, let me know what you thought, and we'll do PE design again in the future, probably in another month or so. Okay, well, I confess that I've had a lot of people who've told me that they love my PE design classes, that they feel like I show them where the buttons are and how to do it. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place and I don't know how to use the technical jargon, but I hope you learned something today, that you enjoyed that. Don't forget to ask me stuff because I am more than happy to go into the PE design software and show you how to do something different or play around with some different kinds of designs and stuff like that. So go ahead and ask me about the software, make a comment, make a suggestion on a video. I like to read all of my comments. Make sure you subscribe and you tell your friends about Enchanting Rosemary. And in the meantime, I hope you're safe and winter is not being mean to you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.